Hey guys, thank you so much for joining me for today's at-home full body Pilates workout. Today we're not going to be using any equipment. We're going to start off by sculpting our abs. We're then going to move into some upper body work and we're going to finish off with some glute and thigh sculpting moves. So it's going to be a great workout. We're going to get right into it with a bit of a warm-up down on the mat, bridging. So let's roll down onto our backs, one vertebra at a time. Use your hands to help you if you need. Rest head, neck, and shoulders down on the floor. Now, from here, we're going to start off with some pelvic tilts to get into our core engagement and also to mobilize the spine and breathe in and out with that Pilates breath. So I'd like you to take your hands on your abdomen, or you can hold on to your hips. And we're going to start off with a neutral spine. Legs are hip distance apart. We've got a little bit of space between our low back and the mat. Now from here, we're going to inhale. And as we exhale, we're going to tilt the pelvis back, pressing the low back into the mat without lifting the bum off the floor. Now we're going to inhale and pelvis forward, really exaggerating that space between the low back and the mat. And then exhale, tilt the pelvis back, engage the core, and press low back into the mat. Let's take a few more like that. Inhale to tilt the pelvis forward, arching the spine, and exhale, tilt the pelvis back as though you were tucking your tail, pressing your low back into the mat. Inhale, abdominals relax, spine arches. Exhale, belly to spine, pulling abs down as we press low back into the mat. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, tilt forward. Exhale, tilt it back, pressing your low back into the mat. Now, if you have your hands on your abdomen, make sure that you're really contracting your belly button down away from your hands as you tilt that pelvis back, noticing how it feels in the different spinal positions with your back on the floor, as well as connecting with that Pilates breath, engaging that core on the exhale. Good. Let's take two more. Inhale and exhale, pressing low back into the mat. Inhale, tilt forward. Exhale, press it back. Now I want you to hold from that flat back position. Lower your hands down to the floor. And now peel your low back off the mat, keeping that pelvis tucked. Peel your mid back off the mat. Peel your upper back up off the mat, coming into bridge. Nicely done. Contract the core. Now deep inhale and exhale to lower down one vertebra at a time. Let's move through a few more of those. Inhale, tilt the pelvis back, peel up, pressing those hips up, creating a nice flat line with the body, not overarching the spine, and then lowering down from your upper back to your middle back, tailbone touches down last. Good, tilt pelvis forward, then tilt it back, pressing low back into the mat, peeling up, focusing on that spinal articulation as we warm up the spine and engage the abs. Particularly as we lower down, we're really pulling the belly button into the spine, which helps us connect each part of the back with the mat. Good, take a couple more, moving at your own pace. Really starting to drive up through those heels and activate the back body as well. Focusing on spinal articulation, back body engagement, and abdominals starting to fire here too. Good. Lifting and lowering with control. Nice work. Good. Now we're going to add some arm movements. So we're going to bring the arms overhead, lower, and bring the arms down. Lift, sweep the arms back, and exhale, lower the hips, lower the arms. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Moving with the breath. Inhale, and belly to spine as you flatten back to the floor. Inhale, and exhale. I want you to really reach long through those fingertips, stretching the spine, opening up in the chest. In through the nose and out through the mouth. for 3, and 2, lift and lengthen, and last one, we're gonna come up, leave the arms overhead, reach those fingertips away from yourself as much as possible. Keep reaching, reaching, reaching as you slowly lower down one vertebra at a time. Keep reaching away with those fingertips, feeling a stretch as you separate the vertebra, as you lower down to the floor. Amazing work. Bring knees in toward the chest. Breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth. Nice work. Now that our spines are mobilized and we've gotten into that Pilates breath, we're ready to start off with our ab work. So I'd like you to interlace your fingers behind your head. Elbows are gonna stay nice and wide here. We're gonna bring the feet together so that the insides of the feet are touching. Thighs are squeezing together. Shins are squeezing together. Good. Now from here, we're going to open the knees wide, inhale, and as we exhale, we're gonna curl and crunch up, squeezing legs back together. Inhale, we lower, the knees splay to the side. Exhale, we lift, elevating head, neck, and shoulders, and pressing the thighs together. Good. Inhale to lower, exhale to lift. Now, as you bring those legs together, I want you to envision both sides of your rectus abdominis coming together, creating a nice tight seam running up the middle of the body as we contract our abdominal wall in and down toward the mat. Good. Elbows stay nice and wide. Peeling head, neck, and shoulders up rather than pulling them. The head rests heavy in those hands. Good. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Engage the core. Good work. Now when you're into that breath and momentum, I want you to also focus on engaging your pelvic floor. So pulling up those pelvic floor muscles as you breathe out and engage your abs. Good work. We've got 3 and 2 and last one. Nice work. Now we're going to bring the legs into tabletop, knees over hips, shins parallel with the floor. Same movement again. We're going to open the knees, keeping the inside of the feet glued together. And then as we exhale, we're going to curl and crunch up, squeezing legs together. Inhale and exhale. Lower and tighten to lift. Good. Now, if this is too much with your legs in tabletop, you can bring your feet back down to the floor and carry on in the starting position, really focusing on that core engagement and breath. And you can always elevate the legs when you're feeling strong and ready. Good. Nice work. Really flatten that abdominal wall as you lift for 3 and 2. Squeeze legs together. And last one. Now we're going to step it up even a little bit further. So we're going to widen the knees, and then as we curl and crunch up, we're going to stretch the legs out long, squeezing them together. Widen and bend, curl and crunch up as we squeeze legs together, keeping the inside of the feet connected the whole time. Again, if this full extension is too much, just stick with the tabletop version or with your feet flat on the floor and really focus on that core engagement as we exhale and crunch up. Good. Really point through those toes, lengthen those legs, squeezing thighs, squeezing calf muscles. Good. Nice work. We've got 3 and 2 and final 1. Lift and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Soften feet, head, neck, and shoulders down to the mat. From here, let's use our hands to help us to elevate into a seated position. And we're going to get into some C-curve work here. So we're going to bend the knees. Legs are hip distance apart, feet are flat on the floor. We're going to Elongate our arms out in front, palms are facing in toward each other, shoulders are down away from the ears, and the vertebrae are stacked one on top of the other. Inhale here, and exhale, lower, inhale, and exhale, pull your navel to your spine to lift. Inhale, exhale, abs in, inhale. And exhale, pull belly in and lift up using core strength. Inhale. Exhale, curve it back, rounding through the spine. Inhale. And exhale, pull belly in. Now we're going to change our breathing pattern. We're going to inhale to lower. Lower back as far as you can. Exhale, pull belly in to lift, picking up the pace a little bit. Inhale. And exhale, belly to spine, lift it up. Inhale, come back a little bit further. Keep your heels in contact with the mat and lift. Good. Keeping those legs parallel, keeping those shoulders down away from the ears. Last one, lower and abs into lift. Amazing. Now from here, we're going to bring the hands together. So one hand is over the other. We want our shoulders to be level down away from our ears and the elbows to be at shoulder height. From here, we're going to curve back into our C shape with the spine, and we're going to inhale. As we exhale, we're going to turn, shifting, rotating around the rib cage, bringing the left elbow to the right knee, and then opposite side. Good. Move slowly with this one. Try to keep your hips evenly weighted and get as much rotation in the abdomen as you can. Don't worry if your elbow doesn't touch your knee. If you're getting a rotation and it looks more like this, that's fine as long as you're rotating. Good. Working those obliques as we move slowly and with control. Ooh, this is a challenging one. I'm already shaking. Good. Try to keep your palms right at your center, so you don't want to be just going like this with your arms. You want the rotation to happen around the rib cage. If it's hurting your back, come up a little bit higher. We've got 3 and 2 and 1. Nice work. Lift yourself up for a moment and fold over your lower body. Breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. Inhale and exhale. Good. Now we're going to go into a slightly more challenging version of that. If that becomes too much, I want you to keep your feet down on the floor and continue moving in the way that we just were. Otherwise, we're bringing our hands back to that starting point. We're going to float the feet off the mat. And now we're going to twist, elevating or extending one leg, twist, extending the other leg. Bit of a balance challenge here. So again, like I said, if it's too much, just go back to that initial exercise. Bringing one foot off the floor at a time. Move slowly, point hard through the toe. Strong legs will give you more stability here. Good. We've got 5, 4. Ooh, the shake is real. 3, 2, and 1. Back to center. Amazing work. Okay, from here, we're going to get into our upper body work, but I think we'll just take one more stretch. So fold over the lower body. Breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth for 3 and 2 and 1. Great work. Roll yourself up. Now from here, we're going to get into some tricep work. So legs are bent, hip distance apart. We're going to bend the elbows slightly, putting weight into the heels of our hands. The elbows shouldn't be splayed out to the side. We want them pulled back behind us. Now from here, we're going to lower the upper body down to the mat and then push up through the heels of the hands, making the backs of the arms do the work. When the arms are fully extended, we're coming into a reverse tabletop. So we're lowering the bum, bending the elbows, pushing up through the heels of the hands, and going into our reverse tabletop. Good. So you're working the backs of the arms, pressing up, and then opening through the chest. Good work. Lower, weight in the heels of the hands. Move slowly as you need to. Make any little adjustments. Pull those elbows back behind you. Good work. And lower the bum. Bend, straighten, lift, and stretch. Bend, straighten, lift, and stretch. 3 more. Bend at the elbows, push up through the heels of the hands, stretch and open through the chest, and lower. Last 2. Last 1. And lower the bum. Now we're going to go into some tricep push-ups from this reverse tabletop position, but we're going to keep our bum down on the floor. So we're going to work through 10. So we're bending at the elbows, weight in the heels of the hands, and lift. For 2. For 3. Working those triceps. For 4. Push your body up. For 5. 6. Keep those elbows back behind you. Don't let them splay out to the sides. 7. And 8. And 9. And 10. Good work. Now, you can either do your next 10 from that same position, or you can step it up, come into your reverse tabletop, and we're doing some tricep dips like so. Lowering and lifting. Lowering and lifting. Good. We've got 8. 7. 6. Push up off the floor. 5. 4. 3. Abs in. For 2. And last 1. Lift. Stretch your right leg out. Stretch your left leg out. Lower. Lift your arms up and go into another back body stretch. Breathing in through the nose, dropping the crown of the head, and out through the mouth. Inhale and exhale. For 3 and 2 and 1. Roll yourself up to a seated position. And now we're going to get into an all fours position. So we're going to continue to work our upper body in this next exercise, but we're also going to start activating our glutes and thighs. So I'd like you to position your wrists so they're below your shoulders, knees are below your hips, abs are engaged. We're going to curl our toes here. We're going to inhale to prepare, and as we exhale, we're going to float the knees up so the shins are parallel with the floor. Nice broad shoulders, gaze is on the mat, lift abdominal wall, hold for 3, 2, and 1. Lower knees. Good. And now we're going to come up again. This time we're going to hold for a count to 4. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, push mat away. Don't lift your bum. You want to be creating that tabletop with your back. Good. For 2 and 1. Lower down. Now, when we're in our shin lift position, we're going to add some knee taps. So we're going to widen the knees from that shin lift position and then press knees together for a count of 10. So we're going to lift up, inhale, and exhale to lift. Widen the knees and press them together. Widen the knees, activate the glutes, and press them together. Good. We've got 8. 7. Keep those shins parallel with the mat. 6. You can do it. 5. Press knees together. 4. Abs in. 3. 2. Nearly there. Last 1. Press knees together. Open the knees. Take the knees nice and wide. And press back into child's pose. Breathing in through the nose. Stretching and lengthening through the spine. and out through the mouth for 3 and 2 and 1. Amazing work. Now we're going to switch our focus onto our glutes and our thighs. So I would like you to position your left forearm so it's parallel with the top of the mat, and I'm just going to cover my right hand with my left fingertips. From here, I'm going to extend the right leg out long and then move it out on a diagonal. So the toe is pointed here, the leg is out on a diagonal. I'm being careful not to lean too much to that left side. We want to stay nice and level here. From this position, we're going to bend the knee and lift the knee, staying on a diagonal. Bend and extend. So we're bending and lifting that knee with a bent leg, bending and extending. Good, maintaining that diagonal with the leg. Good, as we move between a bend and lift and an extension. Bend and lift, lower, extend. Bend and lift, squeeze the bum. Notice I'm moving slowly and lift. Full extension before you bring the knee back down. So you're really pointing hard through that toe on the extension, squeezing the thighs, activating the glutes. Now, sometimes in this position we have a tendency to let our shoulders really come up by the ears. So just take a moment to relax them down away from your ears and lengthen your neck. It really helps if you engage your abs here as well for stability. It'll help you to isolate that work in the lower body so you're not rocking around in the torso, losing stability. Whew. Okay, lift and extend. Bend, lift and extend. We've got 2 more. Last set. 1 and 2. Now we're going to come in with a bent knee and we're going to tap this extended leg to the lower leg and then extend. Tap knees together, extend on a diagonal. Tap, extend. Tap, extend. Engage your core. Lengthen that neck. Full extension before bending and lowering. Tapping knees together, shooting out on that diagonal. You can do it. Good work. We've got 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now toe tap, lift, lift. Tap your toe to the floor and lift up on that diagonal. Good. Last 2 exercises. Make it count. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and yes, into some pulses, little controlled pulses. Squeeze the bum, lift the leg, point through the toe. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and hold. Bring the leg down, bring yourself into a plank, and then fold that right leg under the body, stretching it out in pigeon pose. Opening through the hip here, stretching that side glute area. You can stretch, do a rotation to the side, looking out over your right shoulder if that feels good. Stretching through the neck. Or stay facing forward if that's better for you. For 3 and 2 and 1. Nice work. Now we're going to bring ourselves over onto the other side so we can work the left leg. So from here, I'm going to drop my right forearm down onto the mat so it's parallel with the top of the mat. Right fingertips are just placed on top of my left hand. I'm going to stretch that left leg out on a diagonal, set my shoulders, set my neck so they're nice and long and relaxed. And from here, we're going to bend and lift, bend, extend, bend, lift, bend, extend, lower, lift, lower, extend, lower, lift abs in, lower, extend. Remember that full extension. So you're really squeezing the bum and engaging all the muscles in the leg on that left side. Good. Keep that leg extending out on a diagonal. I know I keep saying that, but sometimes it can rotate. And we want to keep working that side booty. Good. Lift and extend. Lift and squeeze the bum with that bent leg, and then extend. 2 more sets. Nice work. Last set. And extend. Now knees together, extend. Knees tap, extend. Engage the core. Relax those shoulders, lengthen through the neck. Point through that toe, full extension before bending and lowering. So I'm moving at more of a pace here, but I'm still getting the full extension, still engaging those thigh and calf muscles, still squeezing that side booty as we lengthen the leg. Keep that leg elevated. We've got 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower lift. Last 2 exercises. We're nearly there. Tap the big toe down to the floor and then lift. Abs in. Melt those shoulders down away from your ears. We've got 3, 2, and 1. Hold it here, pulses. Good work. Final 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and hold. Bring yourself into plank and then fold that left leg under your body. Sitting up nice and tall, sinking into that stretch, opening up in the hip, taking it over to the left side, looking out over left shoulder if that feels good. For 3, and 2, and 1. Bring the hands back and lift the hips up toward the ceiling. Flattening out the upper back here. Let's pedal out the heels. Let your head just hang between your shoulders. Cooling down as we inhale through the nose and exhale through the mouth. We've got 3, and 2, and 1. Level out the heels. Come into plank. Lower down with control. And then press yourself up into an abdominal stretch. Keep your forearms down on the floor if that's more comfortable for you. Breathing in through the nose, stretching out the abdominal wall and out through the mouth. Being careful not to compress your low back here. For 3, and 2, and 1. Use your hands to help you. Come into a cross leg or a kneeling position, facing me. We're gonna lift our shoulders up by our ears, inhale, and exhale, roll them down and back. Let's take 2 more shoulder rolls, melting away tension. Last one, lift those shoulders and melt them down and back. Amazing work. I hope you enjoyed that full body routine. I enjoyed working out with you, and I look forward to moving again with you next time. Bye.